For a long time, the American Express Platinum Card has ruled as the king of premier credit cards. It has a high annual fee, $695, but gives so much back in regard to lounge access and so many different credits. But the landscape is changing. Chase has recently revamped their Reserve card, and it has a higher annual fee, and they say up to $2,700 in credits. And it's just an absolute assault on the dominance of the American Express Platinum card. And then Citi came out with their revamped Citi Prestige card from years ago, now called the Citi Strata Elite, which has some unique features as well. And all of this is trying to unseat, to tear the crown off the head of the formerly undisputed king, the American Express Platinum Card. So today we're going to talk about it some. I'm going to give my evaluation as somebody who has thought about having the card and has never yet had the American Express Platinum Card. Is it perhaps time to get started, to apply for the Platinum, and to get ready for what we know is a coming refresh? If you would, hit the like and subscribe button, and let's look at it together. The American Express Platinum Card is kind of the top level card, unless you count the black card, the Centurion card, which is just not accessible for the vast majority of people. It's the top level card in the American Express ecosystem. It's not really what you would consider to be a big earning card. It really only has two basic categories: 5X on flights bought directly from airlines and through the travel portal, which is a pretty good multiplier, especially the bought from airlines, where you can use it directly and you can, of course, deal with the airline and not have to worry about going through some third party if you have some sort of cancellation or delay. So that's a pretty good feature. And then it only gives 1X on everything else. So no one has the Platinum card because they're looking for a daily driver to put lots and lots of spend on. Now I say that knowing that there are a lot of people who do put a lot of spend on the American Express Platinum card. People who maybe have high income, they have high spend, they don't care so much about maximizing their points. They just know it's a great card. It's perhaps the best card, the most recognized high-level card, and so they're just going to use it everywhere. It's going to be their card. So a lot of people do that. But as far as for those of us who are trying to maximize, it has a place in our wallet, a place that is defined by its benefits, but not by its multipliers. So what are those benefits? Well, what do you get for a $695 annual fee that they tell us is soon going up? Many will say they think it's going up to $895. Others say $995. But either way, rest assured, in the very, very near future, that annual fee and a lot of the benefits are going to change. So, are those benefits worth it? Well, the first thing that's always talked about on this card, it is the king of lounge access. It gives lounge access in so many different ways. You get access to the American Express Centurion lounges. There are in excess of 20 of those, and they are just, as far as a credit card co-branded lounge, there's more of them than any of their competitors. Chase doesn't come close, and Capital One doesn't even come close. So you've got access to those. Those are great lounges with fantastic food. I've been in several of them before. Now, the other thing that it gives is lounge access with Delta Sky Clubs, which I would argue are actually the best airline-specific lounges of all the airlines that are based in the United States. Better than American, better than United, and even better than Alaska. So these are great, great lounges, Delta Sky Clubs. And with the American Express Platinum, you get 10 certificates or 10 passes a year into the Delta Sky Clubs when you're flying on Delta Airlines. In addition to that, you get access to escape lounges. They're kind of mini American Express Centurion lounges that are located in a number of smaller airports in the United States. I've been into those a bunch of times. They're always very helpful to get something to eat real quick or something to drink and a place to relax in airports that probably don't have a different type of lounge. And then, of course, you get a priority pass lounge access. And that access will grant you guests into the priority pass lounges, as it will grant you access for you and guests into escape lounges. But the access is limited to just the cardholder when it comes to Delta Sky Clubs and to American Express Centurion lounges. So that's kind of a breakdown. However, when you add all of that together, that is hands down the most access to airport lounges that's offered by any card in existence. So it's the king when it comes to airport lounge access. Now, when you look at some of the other benefits, you get a lot more with it. You get some statuses. You get gold status with Marriott hotels. You get gold status with Hilton hotels. Now, the Marriott gold status is basically worth a water bottle for Marriott. But with Hilton, gold status is meaningful because you get a food and beverage credit or free breakfast with that gold status. So that's a significant status. You also get some statuses with different rental car companies, which is very nice. You know, in the occasion that you need to rent a car, you'll be able to perhaps pick a better car from a better category. And so that could be good. It also gives a bunch of credits. And this is why it's often been called the coupon book of the credit card community, because there are things like, and I could run through every single one of them and I'll try to hit them all, but there's a lot of them. The most well-known are the FHR credit. That's Fine Hotels and Resorts. And that's a $200 credit when you book one of those hotels through their platform, their FHR platform on American Express. And so when you do that, you get a really nice room because they're kind of a curated, better hotel collection than just your standard run-of-the-mill hotels. And you're going to get things like a property credit, free breakfast for two. You're going to get things like being able to check in early and check out late, and possibly upgrades when they're available. You can use that FHR credit of $200 for just one night, at least how it is now. Then you also get a $200 airline incidental fee credit. So you have to choose what airline you're going to use this on. And then you get a $200 incidental credit, which means things like checking your bags, things like seat upgrades, things like food and beverage purchases on the plane. And if you're creative, there are folks who have found ways to actually use it for airline tickets through things like United Travel Bank and buying gift cards with Delta, and that's another discussion. But it can be used in that way. So it's pretty easy to get that $200 airline incidental credit back. Then it has a $240 credit, $20 a month, that's available for what American Express calls digital entertainment. So the digital entertainment credit. And these are for things like Disney Plus and Hulu and Wall Street Journal. There's several things on there, and all you do is put those things on your card and you get a credit back of up to $20 a month, so $240 a year. Then there's a $200 Uber credit, and that's broken up to $15 a month, and then you get a little bit extra in December to round it up to $200. So right there, for a $695 fee, a person who puts in just a little bit of effort to get these credits back, and these are pretty easy to use credits because especially the Uber can be used for Uber rides or for Uber Eats. So you can just get lunch once a month on it and you're going to be covered. It's pretty easy to get back $840 in value. It's also got some other ones. There's an Equinox credit. I'm not even going to mention that because it's just so absurd. I mean, who uses Equinox? I guess a few people in New York, Los Angeles might. But there is a $300 Equinox credit. There's a $100 Saks credit broken into two $50 credits, first half of the year, second half of the year at Saks Fifth Avenue. I mean, that might get you a pair of socks, so it's kind of here and there. And so when you wrap all that together, the card has a lot of potential to pay you back well more than what you pay in an annual fee. So why would a person want this card? Well, I think the biggest reason is because it has one of the highest sign-up offers consistently of any credit card that's available. I mean, it can go, I think the one it starts at on the web page is 80,000 points, but it's not uncommon to look around or to use kind of incognito on your browser or to use referral links and find 130 or 150, or I've even seen it recently up to 175,000 American Express points. And so that's one of the biggest reasons. The other reason is just it's a lifestyle card. It gives you the statuses at the hotels with the car rental companies. It gives you that FHR credit, so you're going to get a great night in a really upscale room once a year. It gives you 5X on airfare directly, and it also gives you some of the best lounge access. In fact, there's probably very few airports that a person could fly through with an American Express Platinum card and the primary cardholder not have access to a lounge. So those are really, really good benefits. Now, I went over all this today because I myself, even though I have had the American Express Business Platinum card, I have not yet ever had the American Express Platinum card. And that's significant because American Express, on their Platinum card, on their Gold card, and in their Green card, those are kind of all in their membership rewards points earning family. They have this family language. So if you've ever had the Platinum card, you can't get a bonus on the two lower tier cards. But if you've had the Green card, you can get a bonus on the Gold, moving up the ladder, so to speak. And then you could get it on the Platinum card. Well, I've had the Green, I've had the Gold, but I have never had the Platinum card. They tell us that in the very near future, within a month or two, the Platinum card's annual fee is going to go up to $895 or $995. So I'm toying with the idea of pulling the trigger and getting my Platinum card, especially since I've been seeing 175,000 point bonuses floating around out there, because that is a very, very valuable bonus. And any way you slice it, if those credits that'll be coming with the new annual fee make it worth it, then after a year I could keep it. If not, I could downgrade it or cancel, and it really doesn't hurt me at all, because 100% true is the fact that 175,000 membership reward points will definitely be worth it, especially since I'll get probably $840 at least in credits back to offset the annual fee. So I'm very much considering getting my American Express Platinum for the first time. All I have to decide is, do I want the regular Platinum or do I want the Charles Schwab Platinum, so that I could cash out the points for 1.1 cents a piece if I so chose. So that's what I'll be looking at. If you have one or the other, put it down in the comments below. All right. Well, thank you for watching today. I don't know if you're considering, but since they're going to raise the annual fee in the very near future, it seems like now might be the time to lock in the lower $695 annual fee for almost a year to be able to see if those new benefits and perks, they've rumored that it's going to be much more on the FHR credit. We'll just have to wait and see. But if we lock in the annual fee now, then we have almost a year to decide, with the lower annual fee and still getting all the benefits of the card. Is this a card I want to keep or a card I want to get rid of? Well, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Consider my channel membership. It's just $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. I have special videos just for my channel members. I release most of my videos early for channel members. So check that out. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you here next time.